Hi there, it's Cheryl Lynn, and I wanted to gather together today because I woke up and I was feeling pretty good. And then, after about an hour or two of walking around my house, I started feeling this kind of pressure in my chest and just kind of like this feeling of dread. And when I tuned in, I got that it was not mine. It was not mine alone, anyway. And that what I was picking up was the fear and anxiety of our world and everything that's happening right now, especially. Hey, Brenda. There just was this feeling of I wanted to bring some clarity and light and love to the anxiety that everyone's feeling. So one of the things that I've realized is that uh, mass consciousness thinking can derail us when we're not even realizing it. And there are so many times when I'm walking around thinking that I'm having this anxiety. There's something, and I can't really pinpoint what it is. And it's actually not, it's because it's not mine. So right here, right now, as we're connecting this way, and you can type in the comments how you're feeling personally about it. I see David and Jessica. Jessica, hi, I'm going to come to Arizona pretty soon. And Lori, thank you for joining. We're just in this place right now, I think, where are being bombarded so much by what's going on politically and across the world right now. And there's a lot of fear being stirred up. Some of it's very valid, and then others is just sensationalized and blown way out of proportion, and we're getting everyone else's perspective. And so I think one of the things that I've learned to do for myself is to really tune in to the truth of what's happening. And it's not always easy because you have all these judgments that you've gathered along the way, how your parents have taught you to feel about things, how your school has taught you to feel about things. But the reality is that it's up to us to actually tune in and know, is this something that I need to be anxious about? I mean, anxiety doesn't do anything particularly other than it makes it very difficult to function and actually be very present to what we might actually do to assist. So because of the kind of community that I feel like I've gathered around me, those that are popping on right now, you saw this in my Facebook feed. And Lori Edwards, you're saying I have a free-floating anxiety. Yeah, that's it. Free-floating anxiety. You're kind of sort of anxious about maybe a lot of different things, and some of it may be personal. And then other things it's just not even you. It's like there's anxiety just kind of in the air. So the fact that we have this powerful community, and it doesn't really matter whether you see yourself as someone who's good at dealing with your own anxiety or not, you still have like an opening or a curiosity, at least, about how to manage that stress, how to be open to possibilities of other ways of looking at things. So when it comes to, I'm going to just focus on what a lot of people are focused on right now, which is the situation in the Middle East. I don't want to go into the specifics of it or get into a dialogue about it, because that just kind of starts feeding our questions. Well, why is this happening? And what can I do about it? And it's more in a general sense. If you can look at things like this kind of an event that's occurring right now that has a lot of people really scared and like, oh my God, this is not good. Then what if, I'm just going to put this out there, and for some people this is going to be a bit of a stretch. What if it's all happening for not just a reason, but for a good reason? Like on the other side of this, which we can't see right now, there's something that's going to happen. There's something that's getting stirred up right now that is going to shift our consciousness, that is going to move us to another level of understanding of who we are and why we're on the planet. I remember after 9/11 happened, and I had a lot of friends and I have relatives that live in New York City, and they said it was amazing. For quite a while, all of a sudden, all the neighbors were coming together and helping each other, not just around whatever might have happened with that event, but just there was just more of a feeling of community. And in a big city like New York City, it can be very easy to feel disconnected. So what if it's something like that? What if the tumultuous, destructive forces that are roiling around on the planet right now, with fires in Australia and this feeling of apprehension that a lot of people are feeling about what's going on in the Middle East. What if it's actually part of a much bigger plan that we can't see? We can't see how it could possibly be a good thing. So with that in mind, if you can just suspend your maybe disbelief that that's possible, just suspend it for right now in order to, with me, tune into a bigger picture, okay? And what this is going to do, whether you end up, believing this or not, that there is some good that's going to come out of this. I think we can all agree that we are on this planet with all sorts of scenarios playing out all the time. There have been wars before, there have been natural disasters before. It may feel like it's escalating, but I bet, when, a volcano erupted 300 years ago and there was a huge fire, that those people felt like it was escalating as well, right? So we have to remember that as well, that when you're in it, it can really feel very scary and dense. So we're going to just do a little exercise to get us out of the current narrow focus of, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, and into a more broad perspective. So first of all, I'm just going to take a minute. I'm going to just read some of the names that are on here. We've got David and Jessica and Lori and Sharon and Dave Munsterman and Sherry and Ada and Megan. Really cool. Thank you guys for joining in. So I just want to thank you. And I'm just going to, right now, this is part of it, connecting to your hearts who are listening to this live or who will listen to it later. And to all the people, there's one person who said she was going to, she's going to be driving, but she would be with us, and just feel her as well. And just all of our hearts connected, because this is part of an expanded awareness of who we really are and what we actually are capable of. So if you can just imagine right now, and if you want to close your eyes, I'm going to keep mine open, but if you want to close your eyes where you are, just to help you get really centered and grounded. If you can just imagine all of the beings across the planet right now. We've got people who are just waking up or just going to sleep. There are those who are in a loving embrace and hugging someone that they love, or caring for a child. There are some who are feeling curious about what the day is going to bring. There are others that are scared that they're not going to be able to pay a bill. There are others who are afraid that their house might burn down. There are others who are angry. They woke up angry because of something that they felt was done wrong to them. All of those emotions and more. Just feel that. Not to take it on yourself, but just to feel that there is a rainbow of emotion, a rainbow of experiences that those across the planet are feeling. And with that expanded perspective, see each person as a divine child of God, or spirit or universe or whatever you want to call that feeling of connectedness, doing the best they can with the information they have right now. Not always perfect, not always able to be all love and light. Sometimes other emotions are required, or it's just how the person is feeling. And understand that they are you. No matter what they're doing, there have been moments that you felt anger, that you felt frustration, that you felt joy, that you felt love, and that we're not all so different. If you can just feel the hearts of each of those people across the planet right now, just feel those hearts lighting up. As you connect with the heart, you're not connecting with the person and their actions, because some of those actions may not be something you would want to tune into, but just their heart, and understand that their heart is your heart, is part of the bigger heart of humanity, and that we all came here with our mission, purpose. Some of us have really forgotten and gotten off the path. And that is what this connection is designed to address right now. Those that have forgotten who they are, have forgotten that they're here to amplify love on the planet, to be kind to each other. All of those people who have forgotten that when they came in, they had a mission. And sometimes that mission doesn't look like what we would think it would look like. It might be that they're here to stir things up so that other people remember. So just as you're feeling all of those beings across the planet, understand that we have the ability with our own consciousness to affect something across the whole grid of the planet. If you can see the planet and how, if you imagine the root system of all the trees across the planet, that's a really good way to imagine how everything's connected. And within that root system, imagine that each human is connected. Like if you could imagine right now from where you're sitting that you had a root that went down from the base of your spine down into the earth, and it would connect with all the other root systems across the planet. And as you connect that way, feel your heart, the part of your heart, that the tender-heartedness. If you can imagine the part of you that has deep love for a family member or a beloved pet, that kind of love. Just feel that kind of love in your heart. The kind of love that you have, that tender-hearted feeling that you have for your partner. Or for some of you, you might be able to relate to that tender-hearted feeling that you have for God, whatever your version of it is. And now feel that in your chest right now, amplifying out, glowing there, a beautiful, heartfelt energy within you. Feel it soothing your own being, reminding you that you are love, that you are so loved, that you are connected to this vast network of loving beings, even if you don't have anyone literally in your environment right now, other than on this call, on this Facebook Live, that you are connected through love to humanity. And as you feel that connection, feel it expanding beyond your chest, your heart center, throughout your whole body, and then rippling out, 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 beyond the room where you are, beyond the building, if you're in a building, or your car. Feel it rippling out, this beautiful wave of love through the root system, through the grid of the planet, touching all of the hearts. Just feel all of those hearts across the planet, no matter what they're engaged in. No judgment, because they're doing what they're supposed to be doing or they wouldn't be doing it. That's another way to look at it. And if they are engaged in an activity that has had them forget who they really are, just know that by moving this energy and letting this love wave ripple out across the planet right now, we are touching many, 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 many hearts. And they might not realize, you can just kind of see, like right now, I'm seeing someone who's about to yell at their child. And they're feeling almost like a startled feeling, like, oh, what am I about to do? And they're waking up to the fact that they want to be loving towards their child. They don't want to yell. They want to find a different way. Feel how it's affecting that person. Or the person who's just walking down the street angry and just swearing and about to make their day worse just because of their attitude. And they're feeling it right now. And they're like, oh, what am I doing? Why am I so angry? Just feel them feeling that. I want to be love. I want to remember that I'm from love. So just see now that this ripple effect of this love that we're creating is just enveloping the entire planet right now, right here, and affecting more people than we realize. Even if their hearts seem closed, there's always a little crack where that love can seep in. And just know that we're making a big difference. Very good. And so now for each of us here on this call and those that are going to listen later, just know that by doing this, by amplifying the love in our own hearts and seeing that connection go across the planet, it also helps soothe us. And those of you that are here live right now, if you want to type in, if you're feeling that calmer energy as we've broadcast that love out. Are you feeling the calmness? Are you feeling the connection? There's a difference between connecting and feeling the anxiety of the world and everyone around you. And there's a difference between that and being conscious of it, but not having it like go into you so you feel the anxiety. So as you're walking, Lori Edwards says yes, that she's feeling it. Yeah, feels really good. I feel so much better, even though I had this awareness come to me. I knew that being in a group would actually help me too, to remember that I actually can make a difference in this way. And Megan Velamir, thank you so much for joining, and so much love to you too. And for all of us, let's take this feeling, this feeling of connectedness, this feeling of understanding that things are playing out. Might be very uncomfortable for all of us, but we can keep emanating that love as we go out into the world. So bring that out with you today. And thank you so much. Much love to all of you. Mwah! Bye now. Daniel, great that you feel calm. I just saw that. Bye now.